The night before Austerlitz, Napoleon does something that looks like madness. He deliberately weakens his flank. If the enemy bites, he wins. If they don't, his army could vanish in a single morning. The scouts bring the one thing that matters. The Allies are moving exactly where he wants them. But a report isn't victory. It only means the bait worked. Now he can't miss a single detail. They tell him, it's a weakness. They'll tear us apart there. And that's the trick of the day. Napoleon has to convince even his own men that risk is the only road. Doubt here costs more than cannons. Dawn is minutes away. A plan on paper means nothing until men stand in the right place. He shifts a corps in the dark, quiet, fast, almost blind. 30 minutes late, and the trap won't close. He acts tired. He acts in retreat. Fires, noise, thin patrols, everything to make the enemy believe the French can be finished with a hard strike at the center. But it's theater, and the price is the army's life. They're moving, which means the most dangerous part begins. The fog is his ally and his enemy. It hides the maneuver, but it steals control. In weather like this, an army can miss its own position, and the trap will snap shut on the wrong men. Bad news arrives. The weakened flank is being hit harder than he expected. That's the danger of a trap. The bait can be swallowed before the jaws can close. He gives one answer: hold. Hold. For the soldiers, that word means something simple. Stand while you're being broken. They absorb the blow, so the enemy believes the French have nothing left. The harder the pressure, the more convincing the lie. He needs one moment when the enemy's center is exposed. Then the blow won't go to the front, it will go to the heart. On the map, it's a line. In real life, it's seconds in smoke. And then the fog opens. Sunlight breaks through. The famous son of Austerlitz. For Napoleon, it's the sign. The enemy is stuck on the bait. It's time to close the trap. He gives the order that changes everything. The order moves faster than bullets. In that instant, the plan stops being an idea. It becomes thousands of men in motion. And now it can't be stopped, even if something goes wrong. They advance almost by feel. Mud drags at their boots. Drums keep the pace. Officers count the seconds. One wrong distance, and the column steps out in the wrong place. 5 seconds of silence. And then, the first volley. Not just fire. A signal. The trap is closing. The enemy still thinks they're crushing a weakness, but their center is already starting to crack. The first to understand are the enemy officers. They see the blow isn't going where it looks weak. It's going where it hurts most. But to redeploy, they need time, and time is already gone. He doesn't fight like a hero for the camera. He fights like a mind, taking reports, shifting the angle of attack, feeding in reserves. Victory here is a chain of cold decisions beneath the guns. But one piece is running late. Everything depended on perfect timing, but one corps is bogged down in the mud. If it doesn't break through Khcheshiv, the strike at the center becomes a lone blow, and the enemy will have time to seal the gap. He makes the choice he didn't want to make. He releases the reserve early. It's dangerous. The reserve is the last insurance. But if he waits, the trap won't close at all. Forward, now. In that moment, strategy turns human. Cold fingers, a dry mouth, and one question in every mind. Is this an order to victory or to death? And there it is. The center begins to give. That's what he's been building toward all night. Not a loud charge, but the first small tremor in the line, after which it never fully comes back. But the cost of the deception is real. While the center breaks, the bait pays in bodies. If the flank collapses now, the victory in the middle could mean nothing. Now all that's left is to close the trap. He sees the second he's been building toward all night. Now it's not enough to advance. He has to seal the exit. One order, and the army pivots like a door on its hinge. It doesn't look like heroism. It looks like machinery. A flag turns, and 1,000 men turn with it. And if even one link falters, the enemy slips out of the trap. One more breath. And here it is. The enemy's center doesn't retreat. It breaks. Orders drown in smoke, ranks tangle, and the army that marched in to finish the job is suddenly searching for a way out. And the trick is revealed. The weakness was bait. The men who held on by their fingernails suddenly surge forward and cut off the road. The enemy realizes they've been led all night. The strangest part, he doesn't celebrate. He simply locks in the result. For him, victory isn't emotion. It's a calculation that survived mud, fog, and fear. One day, one trap, and history turns.